I've been so alone ever since I left the tribe. That's just how it goes, guess I like the lonely vibe.
Yo, what is up guys, SurgicalGoblin here and welcome to this new video. I haven't uploaded this weekend and that was because I was at ESWC. If you don't know what ESWC is, this weekend there was ESWC Winter, a live event. Clash Royale was also there and I ended up getting invited. So I went to the event and I did really well. I think most of you guys know this already, but I ended up winning the whole thing. I will show a clip right now made by Muftia. Thanks Muftia for making the clip, and I will show you guys that now. I hope you enjoyed the clip and the pictures. As you can see, my reaction was insane. I was so happy. I will also in this video, as you can see, the battle log of Namsai. It was very close. I won 3-2 over him. Like all the emotions just bursted out of happiness, and I just went wild, as you saw in the clip. But I will go over the games as well, over the replays. And by the way, I think we have like 48k subs now, and before the event I think I had 45. So if you're new to my channel, welcome to the family and thanks for subscribing. So let's go into the first game. I will also explain why I used certain decks. For example, this deck I didn't use in the wall event yet, and I just tried to surprise him. Didn't really pay off, but I will just go over the replays in 2x speed just so you guys can see the decks, and I will cover my thoughts a bit. He actually laughed as well at the event, but that's because both, like with this deck, with my deck, you don't want to start first, you want to wait for your opponent to make a move, and he also didn't really want to put a card down. As you can see, I was really nervous. I was just tapping my cards, and he ended up dropping his knight. I dropped my EWIS in the back, he dropped his EWIS. I tried to lock here, but I ended up missing his EWIS, but I did hit his Ice Spirit there. He went really aggressive with a lightning, so I decided to go with a Battle Ram and my miner, but he just countered that pretty well. We are up on Elixir because we have an execution on the board, but I don't, as you can see, I don't have a building, and he has the Royal Giant. The Royal Giant deck, I used it in the event as well. I think he saw me using it, I'm not sure, but I went flawless. Actually, I went flawless in the wall tournament. I didn't lose a single best of 5, but with the RG deck, I didn't lose a single game. And I just think he saw the deck was really solid here. I tried to tornado the minions away from my battle ram, but because of his EWIS, my barbarians didn't touch the tower. Here he revealed his RG. I was really, I was like, oh no, what to do? And he actually lightninged my bowler and my EWIS, so he got tons of damage in. I decided to lightning, pretty aggressive there. I should not have lightning, I think. And he's just dealing so much damage, and as you can see, my tower is down to 600 or 700. His tower is down to 700 as well. Here I panicked. I dropped my tornado. If I had my tornado here in defense, I don't think his RG would finish my tower, but the lock finished the tower, and he took the first game. So there was so much pressure on me, and I was like, I don't know what to run right now. But the second game, where is it? So here's the second game, and he's really smart. He's a really smart player. As you can see, he just switched his deck. He used his RG first deck, and he will switch to a giant graveyard. I will use RG in this game just because I'm very strong with it, and the RG is just really a solid archetype. I can't really think of any counter deck. For example, I faced Melkade as well. He's a Spanish player, really good from Mukla's army, and I won 3-0 versus him in the qualifier round, just because RG is so strong. He tried to counter with E-bars, but I don't really think that if you play RG really good, I don't think it has a hard counter deck. So here, he dropped his Giant in the back. I go with RG and minions on the other lane, just because I know that he doesn't have much elixir to defend that. He's forced to drop his EWIS there, and he's forced to drop, he dropped his mini pack as well. So 8 elixir over there, and I dealt good amount of damage. But he is coming with a Giant, and as you can see, he's about to hit 5 to drop his graveyard, but I have a pretty well timed lock here and to hit this Giant as well, and his Giant is going down, and So far the graveyard didn't deal much damage, and it won't deal much damage as well. So in this game I'm looking really good. I mean, we're almost equal, but I have a knight and an EWIS, so he's forced to fireball that. So I would just drop my furnace here. And at this point I know that I'm looking pretty good. He didn't play his collector yet, which I think is pretty interesting. He dropped it when he hit 6. I didn't know that. I mean, I don't think I lightning here, but I should have just rushed with the RG because he was low on elixir. But I wasn't really aware of that. I think I would just slow roll the Royal Giant. Yeah, I would just slow roll the Royal Giant to build up a strong push. He will drop his Giant as well in the back. We're pretty equal on elixir. I didn't really deal much about his collector, but a collector gives 2 elixir if you just leave it alone. I had the advantage there, so I'm looking pretty good right now. And his tower is down to 1000. My tower, or my left tower, almost untouched. And here he goes with a mini P.E.K.K.A and minions and the Giant. So he's looking really good. But the EWIS on defense, guys, if you don't have the EWIS, or if you do have the EWIS but you don't use it, definitely try it out. It's such a strong card. In I think all of my decks, except for my minor rocket deck, I use Musketeer. But EWIS is just really strong. Here he pumped up. He put the collector next to each other. So I just decided to lightning that, because the other collector also had a bit of life. And now I know that I can just focus on defense. I dropped my knight. I dropped my EWIS. I know that he has a fireball, but I dropped it. I mean, he might still. He actually does fireball that. But here I used my lock, so I was a bit panicking. His mini P.E.K.K.A is coming, but as you can see, a clutch EWIS, and the EWIS eventually survives. I mean, his tower is down to 227, guys, so I can just lightning that. But I know that I have to defend, so I have 0 elixir. I mean, now I have a bit more, but I had 0 elixir. So when I hit 4, I drop my furnace. I know that this good game. I can just lightning the tower now, so that's 1-1. And the crowd, I think, if you also just saw that in some pictures in the clip, but the crowd, I think there was sitting 1,000 people. There was, I think, 50 or 40,000 people watching this finale, or this final. I mean, even in the inbox in Clash Royale. Clash Royale made a notification that you should watch the final. So it was crazy, guys. Like, we had so much pressure. He was shaking. I was like so nervous. I kind of was shaking, not really, but. And this game, like my so far in this tournament, I've been switching every game. But as you can see, this game I will go with RG again, just because he won't expect that. I think he would expect me to change to minor control. So he's running a better ram graveyard deck, and minor control isn't that good for it. So 1-1, wishing each other good luck. And I start off with a furnace, so I would just put pressure on him. He decides to react with a cannon, but as you can see, the battle ram actually will how do you call it? It will just go straight for the tower and not for the furnace. Here, drop my Ice Spirit, kind of lucky. I wanted to drop the Ice Spirit just to go for the tower, perhaps chip away. I drop my Knight just so that one barb won't deal much damage. He's saying wow. I don't think he expected the RG, to be honest. I'm not sure, but he's coming with a knight now, defensive archers, and I think he might even drop his executioner. I'm not sure, but we will see that soon. He doesn't drop his executioner. He's just taking the damage right now. We're pretty equal on elixir, but he has a good counter push coming now. So I will drop my lock. I will drop EWIS. I think EWIS on the battle ram. I'll drop Ice Spirit and minions on top of the graveyard, but he's dealing solid damage. But at the end, we still delve more damage, and we have minions coming to his tower now, so he's still forced to defend that. We are about to drop a furnace. There you go. We dropped the furnace. 1 minion got a few hits. He's giving the crying face because his deck isn't that good versus Royal Giant Lightning. As you can see, he has a cannon. He has archers as a DPS. A knight. I mean, knight is decent on defending, but executioner isn't really that high of a DPS, especially after the nerf. So I definitely have the better matchup right now. At the end, you will also see that he drops his executioner. I decide to lightning. I think. Oh, actually, don't decide. Or I wanted to lightning. I was thinking about lightning, using my lightning there, but I would just like the executioner would not die, so it would still it could allow him to make a counter push. So I just decided to slow roll the Royal Giant to build a strong push myself. Here, I dropped my minions, but that almost cost me because he dropped a fireball. I don't think he showed that yet. The minions 1 HP, but they are still doing good amount of damage versus the knight. So far, I know that I'm looking pretty good. I dropped my furnace. Here, it becomes interesting. I believe he goes with a battle ram, and oh no, here I will lightning. Actually, I forgot. I thought that I lightning the last time, but here I will lightning to get damage in. Here he goes really interesting with a battle ram. He's switching lanes right now. He already dealt 1000 damage, almost 1000 damage on the other lane, but he decided to switch because the battle ram will go straight for the tower. I'm not sure why. So he's basically splitting his damage. I would just drop a furnace on the left side just to pressure him. I know that he doesn't have much to defend except for a knight and the cannon. So he's forced to play his defensive building. Now he goes with, again, he goes with here I will pause here. So because it's getting a bit too much, and I was thinking, in my head it was crazy, guys. Like on the big stage, people are screaming, the casters are so loud, and there's just so much pressure. But here he went with his knight, his archers. So I dropped my own knight, and I knew that I already showed my minions. So I knew that he would try to predict my minions. So I waited until he would waste his fireball. And I just locked his skeletons and the archers as well. And when his fireball hit nothing, only my tower, I dropped my minions. And I believe I would also go with the archer on the left side. But I just didn't play into his predictions. I knew that I already showed my minions, so that's why. So here, he fireballs nothing. There you go. I drop my minions right away just so I won't get too much damage. And I think I will go with Royal Giant on the left side now. Yeah, there you go. I will go with Royal Giant on the left side. I think he will drop his cannon now. Yeah, he drops his cannon. I will drop my ESWC. I think it's not game yet, but I mean, I'm doing good amount of damage. My ESWC is there. My Royal Giant is doing... I think it will bring... Yeah, so the tower is down to 600. Here, I go a bit aggressive. And at the end, it was actually really risky. He just had a really good fireball. I drop an ESWC to defend his battle ram. And there's going so much... There's so much going on. But I decided to go with RG right away because I don't want him to drop his graveyard. He casts his graveyard. I drop my knight, but the Royal Giant is just shooting away the tower. And there you go. I took the game. That was crazy. It's 2-1 right now. And here I will switch. I switch to Minor Rocket, and he goes with Golem Lightning, as you can see. His deck, that deck is really solid. I saw it in the tournament, and that deck beat a lot of control players. And as you guys know, I'm very good with Minor Rocket. I think I only lost a few battles with the Minor Rocket, but in this game I could not do much. I will put it at 2x speed this game. He starts off with a furnace. I start off with a musket, and I decide to miner there. He predicted it, and he goes with an aggressive golem. So here I try to preemptively drop my Inferno. It did pay off. It killed the knight first, then it killed the golem. So far I'm looking pretty good. He has his lightning ready, but he decides not to use it there. He goes with an ESWC. I will rocket this. I think that's a pretty good trade. I mean, 2 elixir for 493 damage, and I believe he will lightning my muskie there. So far we're equal on damage. I will go with a miner again. He predicted it again. Very well played by him. I tried to, like, normally I would switch it up all the time, but I thought maybe he would expect me to switch, so I decided to go on the same spot, but he just predicted. Maybe it was lucky, of course. But here he goes with a golem again. He's actually, like, he's not waiting until double elixir. He's just going for it, and it's actually paying off. I mean, his golem can come true now. He will lightning here. He has a baby dragon. I mean, I'm trying to defend, but his golem death damage and the golemites are still doing solid damage, and he's already preparing for his second golem. So I knew that I was playing into his lane, so I decided to go on the other lane with a miner, but I think it was already too late. I mean, his golem is coming through now. Half-life golem. I think it will even get a hit. Yeah, it will get a hit. Then the death damage. Here I'm calling good game. He's coming with a golem at the bridge. I decided to go with a minor rocket, but I already knew it was good game. He lightning for the win. So guys, it was 2-2 right now. I absolutely didn't know what to run. Looking at his deck, he was always playing with a golem lightning deck, and he did play minions. So I decided to copy a deck from Backstab on his profile, which is a giant graveyard deck. With poison, because I knew if he had minions I could poison that. And as you can see, he went with RG lightning again. But this game, it was crazy, guys. Like, if you didn't see it yet, you will see it now, of course. But this game was so crazy. Like, I was down a lot. You will see that soon. But this game I will do on 1x speed, just because it was so crazy. And I will also explain what I did when I did it. So here he dropped his furnace. I decided to take a risk and go aggressive with giant graveyard. It didn't pay off. He had his knight there. He had his minions ready for that. He countered that really well. As you can see, we're equal on elixir. He has a furnace. He has knight and minions. So I'm already down a lot. And as you can see, he has 6 elixir for his royal giant. He knows I'm down a lot. He goes with RG. I looked there. I was waiting for my elixir to a cannon. I didn't even have elixir to drop a cannon. I was forced to drop my minions, but his fire spirits are already coming to my minions, so they will die. He dealt a lot of damage. He can just lock my musket, and we're pretty equal now. He dealt more damage, and I'm still forced to react to his fire spirits. Here I decided to take it, but I knew that I would just take too much damage over there. So here I will definitely respond over here to his fire spirits. As you can see, I'll drop my ESWC. I believe he will drop his own ESWC. I'm not sure. Oh, he actually had a really well timed ice spirit. The ESWC got 2 hits in, but not the full hits, because his ice spirit tanked 1 hit. Here he drops his minions. I thought that was kind of interesting, because I mean, I didn't show my poison yet, but he dropped his knight, and he dropped his minions in the same lane as his furnace. But as you can see, his knight went for my musket instead of the giant, and his royal giant is dealing so much damage. I think my tower is down to 447. He looks as well. So that's almost tower lightning race. It's actually funny, because the lightning does, if you guys don't know that, at tournament standard, a lightning does 346 damage. As you can see, he was a bit off with his ice spirit timing, so my ESWC got 2 hits in. And this game, last minute, so I knew I had to make moves right now. I decided to go with a giant. I will wait until I have 9 elixir, just so I can drop my graveyard and get much value out of my poison, because I will force him not to use his minions. He uses his ESWC. He looks as well timed look there. My giant is dying, and he dropped his minions. I'm not sure why he dropped his minions, but as you can see, I'm doing good amount of damage, guys. His tower is into poison lock range. Here I drop an ESWC, I drop minions, and I drop a cannon to defend. My cannon will actually kill his ESWC, and his royal giant will get no hits in. And as you can see, I will poison his tower and his minions. So that brings it down to, I believe a poison now does 240. But as you can see, guys, so I will explain it right now why I did what I did. So he drops a royal giant. I think that's a mistake by him, because he could just lightning it, but he decides to go with a royal giant. He thought that I would defend it, but I knew that my tower was already down. So here I will just switch lanes. I will go with a giant, and I will go with a graveyard right away. He has almost no elixir. He's forced to drop his knight. I believe he will lock here as well. He was a bit late with his lock, and because I didn't kill the left tower, right away, that allowed me to that allowed the skeletons to do more damage, because the king tower wasn't activated yet. The giant is locked on the tower. He has minions there. I decided to drop a musketeer in the middle and watch the musketeer go ham. That's actually a clutch tier, because it's locked on the minions now. But as you can see, it will lock on the tower now. And my reaction, as you already saw in the clip, I was going crazy, guys. I was so happy that I made that comeback. It was just crazy. Like, I won $2,500 because of that. But it's not only that, it's reputation, it's representing Hammer eSports. Like, the whole community was going crazy. I think I'm considered the best player of Europe now, because last time I got second. I lost versus a Chinese guy in ESWC 2016, and this time I ended up winning it all. So I was very happy. Also, about my experience about the event, if you guys want to try out a live event, I definitely recommend doing it if you are a competitive player. Like the community, I could just basically walk around everywhere. I could sit everywhere, just have a fun talk with all the players. Like, all the players which I met at ESWC were really kind and were really friendly. So shout out to them, of course. And also a lot of fans wanted to take a picture with me. So that was kind of strange actually, but it was also really fun. Like, for free you can make a fan really happy. So if you ever see me, or if you ever go to a live event, if you want to take a picture with me, just ask it, guys. It was really fun. So this was basically the episode. I really hope you enjoyed that clip. I hope you enjoyed these these battles, like my thoughts about why I did it in the last game. Like that lane switch, it was really nice in my opinion. Like, that saved me the game. This was, as I just said, this was the episode. So I hope you guys don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye.